Hello everybody. Today we're going to start talking about statistics, and for the purpose of this conversation I'm going to be speaking mostly to people that take statistics online, PUBA 341. Hello, my name is Jan Nowicki and I'll be the guy making you miserable for the rest of the semester. Well, I won't be making you miserable because you're watching this at home in pajamas, eating popcorn, rather than being in my class, but I'm going to start with the first thing. In the link where this video has been sent to you is a link or a PDF of a syllabus. It looks like this. It contains several pages. I consider this to be an unofficial contract between me and you on what I will attempt to teach you versus what this class is all about. It has some basic information on the very top. This syllabus has been written for my in-class students, and you will be getting an appendix on certain changes as you cannot show up and hand in homework. So we're going to have to do this online. A small digression, I never taught a course online. This is my first one, and I'm hoping it will provide for some entertaining new experiences. So let's take a look at the syllabus. The syllabus says West Oahu on top, PUBA 341, Statistics for Decision Making in Public Administration, Fall 2017. It's almost here. And then we have course information. It's a pre-credit class, my name, my email, and office hours. I have no idea how to do office hours online. I'm going to play it by ear and see what works for you more than what works for me. I have a limited availability. I need 8 hours of sleep. I need at least one breakfast. I need dinner. So all the time that I'm not teaching or I'm not sleeping, I will try to split up between you and my partner. She gets greedy on my time, but I'm sure we can manage. Right. Required textbook. Statistics is one of those fancy subjects that has been around for a while, and at the level we are teaching it, very few things have changed or changed very rapidly. Thus, any statistics textbook will do. I'm not requiring a textbook. I will provide you with a copy of a script with my notes in it, and the rest is up to you. You can find textbooks in libraries. If you really, really, really want to buy a printed text to level your bed after the class is over, eBay has some fantastic choices, so does Amazon. Older versions work very well. If you prefer computer or tablet enabled, there's ebooks, whatever you want. I'm not requiring a textbook because all the sources are just as good, depending on how you prefer the explanation to be had. And I cannot justify you spending $120 on a book you're going to use for one semester. Again, some of you will use it later in graduate school or to level your bed, but $120 is a very expensive purchase, and I understand that not everybody is willing to do it. So, not required textbook. However, I will require you having access to a source material. Either a textbook in the library, an older textbook borrowed from your brother or sister, an online source, and I will be very strict about it, because if you just consider my teaching as being dogmatic and this is the only thing that you need to know, and I have the best explanation and I will make statistics great again, you're going to run into a problem where at some point I might hit something that I cannot explain in a way you would understand the best way. I will do my best to explain everything, but there's limitations in how many ways I can try to explain things, or how many ways you're willing to accept what I'm saying. Then, page 2, we follow with course description and some course objectives. I will do my best to cover the first 2/3 very specifically, and then towards the end of the semester, seeing how much time I have, I will try to cover the rest. General requirements and foundations, instructional goals and objectives, course outline, and expectations. Again, expectations here are for in-class per in-class people. However, I will follow with methods of grading, and that will be both towards my in-class and online students. Now, because I'm teaching online and because I never done it so, I will try to mimic my online teaching based on my in-class experience. And so there is going to be homeworks. There are not going to be many quizzes. There are going to be a few quizzes here and there, but there will be a major homeworks. For you guys, there will be a take-home exam, where in my in-class we'll take an in-class midterm, and then there will be a final for which we're going to have to figure out a place where you can take it, testing center of some sort. Again, I'm very flexible. Grading policy, as of right now, 5% will go for class participation. That means you post question responses online and try to help your fellow students. 50% will go for homework, and what the homework is, we're going to talk in a second. Midterm exam, which is the take-home midway through the semester packet, try to do it, see where you stand, and then the final is worth 30%. Grading scale, as you can see, we have a large range for A, large range for B, relatively large range for C, a very, very small range for D. I don't like these. I don't give out these. It's either an F or a C. Either you know it or you don't. Don't kind of somehow know it, doesn't cut it in my class. And then guidelines, credit hours, and whatnot. So that's the syllabus. You should be getting a copy or a link to a copy in the same email you got in relation to this video. So that's one. Two. That's my copy. You cannot have it. But I call this the QD. The QD is a homework packet. It currently consists of about 100 problems. It will grow by the time you get it. It will be given out to you in 2 packets. There's a lot of problems here, and most of them have several subsections. They aren't extremely difficult, and if you follow some of the material I'll be posting and some of the class discussion, this should be very, very doable. However, I will not permit anyone take the final exam until I have gotten the QD back. I want my QD back. I know it sounds funny. I realize that now. But this has 2 purposes. One is I want to be able to see that you're doing work. If I tell you there's no homeworks and just a final, nobody's going to do anything till mid-December, and by then it's too late. And on the other hand, I've been asked a lot for practice problems, and this is a way to provide some of those practice problems. Again, you follow the material, you should be able to do it. If statistics is not very new to you, and you've done statistics before, or you're really good with numbers, or really good with the material, I will allow you to take the final exam the moment you hand in the QD, or November 1st, whichever one comes later. So if you complete the QD by November 1st and you want to take the final exam on November 1st and be done with the class, you go right ahead. If you decide that you want to progress at a slower pace, keeping up with your in-class fellows, that's fine as well, and we can schedule a final exam towards December. But that's the QD. Now, I will not leave you alone with just this video and the internets. I will provide you with, that's my copy, of a script. Most of the script are notes taken from my lecture from the previous semesters. And you will get a copy of this, probably in 2 or 3 segments, as I still am working on fixing certain parts towards the end of the book. You will get this free of charge. It's a PDF. It's probably going to be around 50-some pages. You can print it, you can look it online, you can use it, you can write on it, whatever you want. This is for you. This is just to keep you on track of what the information we're going to be covering. And here comes the warning about statistics. Statistics is not a difficult subject when it comes to the very basic calculations. Mathematically, statistics isn't very difficult. If you passed college algebra, if you have a vague idea about graphing, if you can handle fractions and your reading comprehension allows you to pass SATs, statistics is easy. Statistics, on the other hand, is a nightmare subject. As far as students are concerned, it's one of the most difficult subjects one can attempt in college without getting very heavily into science, hard science, or mathematics. Because statistics requires you to think about data. This beautiful concept of data where